Steven Challenge. Back with the Steven Challenge, we're doing Steven Factory. However, there has been a change. There has been a change to Steven Factory, the way it's going to work. So previously I was just playing completely vanilla Pokemon Emerald, and it occurred to me that unfortunately the way the previous setup worked with Steven Factory is that the most likely way I was going to beat Steven Factory was essentially by not getting Steven Pokemon. Essentially I was going to have to rely on like being carried by a Pokemon like Latios 1. And just hope that I don't run into Steven Pokemon. Like, that seemed like the best way of going through. And that felt really lame. Something about that felt really lame. So I'm actually playing on a modified version of Pokemon Emerald. We've modified the factory. And essentially the way it works is that instead of just generating a regular draft, each Pokemon in the draft, we attempt to create a Steven Pokemon 8 times in each slot. It's a little bit like each slot being 8 times as likely to be a Steven Pokemon. So apart from that, it's the same rules. So we can't get rid of a Steven Pokemon for a non-Steven Pokemon, essentially, and we have to take a Steven Pokemon if it shows up. But we did that. I did consider editing the ROM to make it so that the draft was always Steven Pokemon. The problem with that is, especially for round 1, 2, 3, and 4. I thought about it, I was like, I'm actually just incredibly likely to always take Aerodactyl 2. It would actually ruin the team diversity. It would ruin the spirit of the factory to always be offered almost the same Pokemon. So if I do it this way round, I'm more likely to be forced to use something like Shuckle or Credilli, something that I wouldn't normally want to take. It felt better to do it this way. So yeah, we're doing that. Apart from that, it's the same rules as last time. Yeah, we're back at 0. So we should be way more likely to see Steven Pokemon. Hey, Zerfi. Psychic. Okay, so Aero 1. Okay, so we got 2 Steven Pokemon already. 3. But yeah, it's not guaranteed, which I think is better. So I actually have to take the first 3. We'll put Aero in the back. Rhydon 1 is actually quite good. I'm happy to lead Rhydon. I had to rewrite the screen reading script because the name of this ROM is not Pokemon Emerald, it's something slightly different. So I don't accidentally use this ROM when I play normally. In fact, I probably have to delete this as soon as I win the challenge, so I never accidentally go into this ROM ever again. Yeah, Fortress 1 is an interesting Pokemon to be forced to take. So I have made this run is now way harder than it was. It was already kind of hard, but now it's going to be very hard. I'm going to have to beat round 5 and 6 with a lot of rock and steel types, which is going to be way harder. Weird number of Steven Stone Pokemon. Luckily, this would be a nerf, I think. I think it's, yeah, so I'm doing, we attempt to generate a Steven Pokemon 8 times in the draft, and that'll be for all drafts. Basically, imagine that Steven bribed the guy that makes the drafts, but Steven's bribe is imperfect. Okay, that's fine. It's kind of unlucky, but whatever. We'd never choke. We can actually take the Claydol. Claydol is it's a Steven Pokemon by this rule set. Let's get rid of Fortress. I'm a little bit worried about the game crashing later, but whatever. I've only tested round 1. Rhydon never gets confused. No type. Just occurred to me as well. The text read for the hint might be broken. It's fine though. It's fine, no one uses it anyway. Several things might be broken. We can't swap. I was about to take Umbreon on autopilot. The thing is, Steel Wing hits Claydol quite hard. We're in trouble against this thing. Please don't crit me. Okay. Grass, flow. Yeah, the hint's gonna be broken for today. I'll fix it. I'll fix it offline if I don't win today. We can't take Flygon. Flygon is not a Steven Pokemon. Steven Pokemon we decided are Rock, Steel, and Claydol. Hey, Yale. Oh yeah, Sandslash is level 50 only. So, Solar Beam doesn't kill Aero. It's probably a range on Claydol. Let's Quick Claw. Okay, unlucky. We weren't going to kill with Aero. Aero 1 is so weak, it's going to be a bit of a problem. We can take Credilli 1, I just don't think we want to. That's not unexpected. The first round's actually going to be very difficult. I might need to be carried by Metagross in round 1. Credilli 1. Okay, let's restart back to 0. Can I open this? If I open the screen reader twice, does that fix the issue? Oh, I have to also set this back to 0. Hey Dave, I'm not sure if you're here, Dave, but basically I've got a ROM hack of Emerald where it tries to generate a Steven Pokemon 8 times per draft slot instead of just 1. To avoid a lame victory where I rely on non-Steven Pokemon. It's the only change I've ever made. Okay, so Credilli 1 is back. We've got 4 Steven Pokemon. I think we're quite likely to see like 3 or 4. The other way is that because of the way that the retry logic works, once it generates 1, it becomes a bit less like that the future slots become a Steven Pokemon because they get taken up by earlier ones. So we've got enough to not take Shuckle 1, which is acceptable, I guess. And luckily, I think this is the only facility we need to change for the Steven Challenge. The rest can be done on Vanilla Emerald. I'm pretty sure, at least. We can't stake that, unfortunately. Steven is old. Bit painful not to stake some of these. We shouldn't get too stuck on the early rounds, though. It is random AI. Normal? Impossible. The Fable, obviously, super likely to appear. Golem doing a good job in round one. We've not captured that properly, that win. It's fine. That's fine. Well, it might not be fine. Hmm. I think what we're going to struggle with... I mean, I'm glad I don't have to face Noland again at silver. I think round 5 and 6 are going to be very difficult, though. We're going to have an unavoidable weakness to water ground fighting slightly. It's gonna surf. It's like it's so likely to actually two shots go on, but I probably shouldn't switch. Just Golem 1 Goat Gaming. Double Psychic. This is rigged. Okay. Yeah, well, I might learn a bit about the round 1 Steven Mons doing this challenge. It's okay if Factory takes a while. It's okay if I have like 50 attempts on this, I think. It's not gonna make me bored like the other facilities. I could go Credilli. Well, thank you for helping, Frillis. I don't know how long it would have taken me to notice that break in the loop. I was about to set it to 50 anyway, and I guess that's similar. That, yeah. I'm thinking of different ways we could have done this. We could have done it so the first 3 are guaranteed, but that's kind of lame. I like the fact that there's a chance I don't get any Steven Mons. Or I only get 2, and then I get free choice. Because if only 2 Steven Mons are in the draft, I get free choice in the end. I really wanted to take the Taurus, and then I remembered. Sandslash we decided was, but Sandslash is level 50 only. Milo, okay. Credilli should live 2 pumps. Don't actually pump twice, though. It's got Lum, so I probably don't mind playing into Miracote so much. Yeah, it's a pretty good outcome overall. I wasn't expecting to win as a bonus. The 5% accuracy difference baiting me. We can take Shuckle, but I don't want to take Shuckle 1, if possible. Our swap count's going to be way worse. I suppose that's the biggest downside of doing it this way. I'm not going to hit an elevation, I don't think. Crobat. Yeah. I was lucky. I was thinking about this. I was thinking about this after last stream, and it occurred to me that actually checking for a Stevenmon is actually a super simple edit to the ROM. It's probably one of the simplest possible edits you can have. I just need to change the factory file. Cool. So we got no swaps then. The draft counts as swaps will be 1. Yeah. It's fine. So I would like Metagross. I suppose if I really struggle with this, I might try some level 50 as well. Okay. We've got no choice once again. The choice is what do we lead, and I think we lead Rhydon. Yeah, several of the factory mons don't appear in level 50. Hey, Parasitized. We're doing cheating factory, where the Steven mons are more likely to appear. I don't think Aggron 2 is too bad against random AI, actually. So I dual wield as well. I could actually lead Aggron because the T-Wave support is nice, but I like the simplicity of leading Rhydon, I think. And we're probably wanting to swap Skarm. Although, we'll probably Toxic Stool a fair number of sets, including maybe this one, but I think we just go for the 2-shot. It's slightly cooler in Wales today, luckily. Granbull. Does Aggron always feign to double overheats? It's not that likely to do it, is the thing. I suppose we could stay in because we don't kill with Brick Break at +0 anyway, do we? Yeah, those are Stormers, yes, in the well. Yeah, we not close. Get the Toxic on this early. Aggron was useful. Electric. I'd love to swap. Electric high risk is slightly unusual for round 2. There are quite a lot of high risk ones actually. No, yeah. So there's no more rain or sunsets from the enemy. Outplayed. It'd be nice to take one of those over Skarm, but again, we can't. Slowbro. Slowbro 2. Back to taunt me from killing me at 210 in factory singles. I crit it this time, it crit me back then at 210. That's justice. Why is Rockside in slot 3? Interesting. I think Slowbro 2 is also a very nice mon for early rounds. Can't take it, obviously. Mr. Mime breaking the overlay is a classic. Preserve the PP on EQ just in case. Easy. That's a huge drill. Oh, I don't really want to toxic this, but I can just drill peck it. Don't crit. I wonder if I should actually roar, but it's probably better to go drill peck. There's a chance it doesn't do that. Fire Blast probably kills Aggron. Nice quick claw. We can take that. But I think Skarmory is better than Golem. I don't think we're doing that swap. It's funny, I was worried about round 2 being too easy with infinite rerolls, because I just always get Aero 2. Or almost always, but I guess the other side of the coin is that without Aero 2 it's quite difficult. The defensive setup Pokemon are quite good against random AI, but even factoring that in, I don't think I want it. Use Dig. Ooh, the crit. We are very fast. We are getting all the quick claw activations. Yeah, this is the ride-on show. I'm just thinking through the set frees now that I'm gonna likely be offered on the following round. There are some quite decent set frees. I think Aero and Armaldo would be nice high rolls. Once again, I'm hoping I did include the right pointer for Metagross. Battle 29 is the first smart AI game, but Battle 15 is the first basic AI game. So basic AI is a bit of an upgrade. It stops the AI won't use Thunderbolt against Rhydon, for example, with basic AI, but random AI does do it. So 0 to 14 are a lot easier. Okay. I didn't really think about this, but I could have screwed myself over quite badly if I typoed like Metagross into the file. Okay, there we go. It was likely to show up. Okay, Armaldo free as well. I probably can't take that. The last two are fairly likely to be Stevens. Yep. Those are both Stevens. Huh. I think Pistol is better than Fortress. The argument for going Fortress is that we're a little bit better into the water issue. It's funny. Milo and Starmie are by far the best Pokemon. Yeah, Dave, I've modded the draft, so I can actually send you the code. When it attempts to roll the draft, it generates a Pokemon here. If it's a Steven Pokemon, in inverted commas, we continue. If it's not a Steven Pokemon, we try and generate 7 more Pokemon. And if any of those are Steven Pokemon, we move on. I think it comes out to around a 50% chance that each slot is a Steven Pokemon. Maybe it's a bit higher than 50%. So yeah, we are pretty damn likely to get them. Do I want to lead Armaldo is the question. I also haven't completely decided on these two, but I think I'm going Claydol for better consistent damage. Yeah, I think go with Claydol. I like leading Armaldo. Armaldo's probably not being swapped before Claydol. I guess, but Claydol is interesting because it's a special attacker, which might be valuable. So yeah, maybe. Metagross free. Yeah, go with this. I think we are very likely to get literally 0 elevations, but maybe that's fine. I think modding the factory to make the opponents be more likely to bring Steven Pokemon is not good. I think that actually makes it easier overall, because I can then abuse that. I do think that it was worthwhile to do this, because if I want to do this with another trainer, it's going to be easier. I think if you introduce Megas, I think it's a mess. I think Fairy type would also complicate it. I'm keeping a closer eye on OBS than normal. Because I know I might have to edit. I meant to click Earthquake, but I got bailed out there. Yeah, I don't want the enemy to have Megas though. That wouldn't be fun. Okay, we've got a somewhat rare situation here where I can actually swap for Steelix 3. It does have Explosion. It's a little bit awkward to have Metagross and Steelix in the back, though. And I think I prefer Armaldo in the front. It would be a Claydol swap. I think Claydol's better. Oh, spoilers. Suicune 1 has been one of the seeds. Random AI with Endure. I don't have any way to play around this except that I could go Metagross. It feels responsible to do it this way round, at least. No, it's I'm joking, it's not a real spoiler. There's like, how many weeks of seeded factory has there been now? It's like maybe 10. So that's like 60, 70 enemies. Okay, a bit less than 10. I don't think it's a spoiler. Like, okay, in one of the weeks is a Suicune, but I would have guessed that anyway. Are they all round 12? Normal, high risk. Again, I can take Sizzle, I just think it's pretty awkward. It's not Smart AI yet. Scizor 3 is slightly better against Smart AI, I feel, because you can actually rely on the Endure doing something. Let's Quick Claw. Easy. Quick Claw is... it's so... Something about Quick Claw feels so good because I so rarely take Quick Claw mons. Wow, yeah. I mean, Armaldo 3 is genuinely a good Pokemon. It's just a shame it's a bit slow. Ground and slightly concerning. Might be running into Golem or Rhydon, I guess. I don't think I'd take either. Okay. Doug is high risk on its own, though, so that does change things slightly. I'd love to set up, but I am very aware of what it can do here. I guess we should always check for Arena Trap. You know what? Maybe it was better to not swap. Because maybe Claydol was quite important against ground spec. Yeah. Shieldsy. I don't know who Shieldsy is. I keep having these thoughts. I was like, oh yeah, Swampert would be great. I can't stake Swampert though. Oh. It can counter on basic. It just can't Earthquake. I should go Metagross first though, because if I get a crit myself, I'm worried about counter though. I don't know whether or not I'm gonna have the Solar Beam. Basically, if I do Sunny Day Solar Beam, if I did, I think I do Earthquake. It's only 1 in 4. Yeah, should be fine now because I can Ice Beam. I mean, Psychic probably does do close to half the Swampert. No type, high risk. Swampert is worse than Parasect, true. Parasect's not even high tier. Parasect getting 200 is absolutely insane. I have to watch that at some point. Please kill it. Okay. I don't like going Claydol. I think I just stay on Earthquake, really. I will sometimes be dead to Hydro Pump into Flail, yes, but Flail first is much better than Hydro Pump first. And I don't care about Flail. You know what? Allowing ground types, I think it actually would make the challenge easier. Because of how useful the water grounds would be. Access to the water grounds. I'm worried about Fissure. Actually, not gonna do it. No type. We're literally not swapping. The thing is that the factory is sometimes like this. It's not dishonest to have things turn out this way. I don't think Solar Beam will kill. So you might as well double Ice Beam. Okay, maybe Solar Beam did kill. Looking at that damage. It's awkward to swap. Because Metagross is slower. Okay. Safest to swap, I feel. Because Metagross is basically immortal. Yeah, funny, I don't know why Lantern got put in there instead of Fortress. It must have been a curse. I did some undos. Because I just copy and pasted the list into Notepad. Yeah, we literally haven't swapped. Okay. Now, I actually feel like round 4 is probably the best round in terms of the mons Steven gets offered on average. Normal, yeah, whatever. Because Aero 4 is not bad. Claydol 4 also. Oh, interesting. We're going to have our first free choice. We have our first free choice. There are only 2 Stephen Mon in the pool. And the fact that they're both floaters means I don't have to worry about my typical thing, which is the fact that I want to have something in the back which can switch into an Earthquake. Because I'm always going to have that with Aerodactyl and Claydol. So I feel like I'm probably going Claydol lead. Aero in the back. And I think by far the best complement is probably Golduck. I'm probably going to have to get rid of Golduck under Stephen rules, but it's a good start, I feel. So yeah, let's do that. Whack has Steven energy, but he's not on the Steven list. And I'm going to take advantage of the fact that he's not on Steven list to pick a water type. With double electric weak in the back, and it is basic AI, and some of the electrics will be encouraged into electric moves, but I feel like this is still fine. No, Dave isn't right. No, we're not taking the ground type. We're gonna bend the rules. We set the rules and then we try and bend them as much as possible. That's how it works. Oh, this is a little bit awkward, isn't it? I really want to explode. I'm very, very aware of bright powder. Yeah, I'd never miss. Okay. We'll go Aero first because it's Steven energy. No tank 4 is fine. I'm Rockhead. Yep. So there's no pressure text. The King's Rock on Aero might be slightly underrated in terms of impact. Nice quick claw. At least you didn't crit me. Okay. Poison, but we just saw Mach. Not a lot of choice in that. I guess Tentacle fairly likely. Dugtrio, of course, yep. My favourite poison type. Might want to explode. Just thinking about the line where it does give the Sunny Day Solar Beam combo. That's a 1 in... It's not a 1 in 16 because it can't double Sunny and it can't Earthquake. So it's more like a 1 in 4. Please, no, please don't. I should always kill it with Aero. Yeah, I'll kill it with Aero. I actually lived. Was not expecting that, but I'll take it. Okay. Dugtrio is definitely not a Stephen Mon either. I haven't slept in days. Neither have I. It's been a heatwave. Okay. There's our high risker. I believe in Aero. I think we sneak in a bite here for the flinch. And also for flail. Nice Salakberry. You'd never do the unthinkable, right? Yes. Okay. We do have to think about that a bit more. I quite like having Electrode, actually. Poison? Why is this Poison Swam? It's very strange. Champion Steven. We have to take Pokemon that Steven uses. Rock, Steel, and Claydol. We have to take them and put them on our team if we see them. And I'm playing on a modified version of the game, which makes them appear more often in the drafting stage. I might be correct to take Electrode. The thing is, the swap count is irrelevant, because I am never getting to 15 swaps by round 6. That is never happening. So it's purely a swap based on trying to win more. It's always gonna Mega Kick. Oh no, it has Protect as well. No, yeah. Do I swap? I should live the pump. And Golduck is decent into this. It Mirror Coated. It's the only way we'd ever be faster. Don't focus ban me. Match 5. No type. It's the same as Electrode. I'm half thinking about Tentacruel. I don't think it actually improves it too much. Should I guess EQ weakness is not a problem, because if I'm forced to swap, it would always be Tentacruel coming off the team. No eyes. We're doing the arena guide soon. Battle Arena. That'll be fun. Don't think it's worth going Aero. It might be worth just exploding. But I'm going to put faith in Kang choking with Aerial Ace on one of the turns. Mega Kick will kill. Shadow Ball will be a range. Not if it crits, though. Golduck is slower, so I do kind of have to go Aero. I'm a bit worried about the range on Double Edge here. Oh yeah, the miss. Yeah, perfect. This is dangerous. Quagsire. It's never earthquaking here. Yeah, I'm definitely cross-dropping then. No misses allowed. I think even if we miss, Double Edge will always kill. Even if we miss twice. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, and the crit as well. Sure. This thing is quite scary last. It's wasted its chest though, that's very good news. So, EQ is probably a 2-shot. Bite probably is not. We could bite into EQ. It matters because I'm probably in Shadow Ball range. I'm just going to go for the 2-shot, I think. That's fine, because it's asleep. Oh, it's so close. Was super close. It was good though. Even though it's against random AI, it's important to try and play properly, and it was good to swap. The Kangaskhan Bright Powder activation on Double Edge was super scary though. Still have not run into an enemy Pokemon with a Steven thing. I'm gonna be greedy here. That's a huge crit. I better not be in Ice Beam range. I probably am. God damn it. That's fine, I guess. Good. We'll save a PP on Earthquake. And Throw doing it. Right, Powder? Okay. The real question is, if I ever do a Lance challenge, what is the list of Lance Pokemon? That's going to be tricky to define. Poison. There's been so many poison specs this round, it's very strange. Poison is a very common type, particularly in Generation 1, of course, but not used to seeing it this often. Every dragon type is a Lance Pokemon, I think. The real question is, outside of that, how many non-dragons has Lance used over the years? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on NPC in-game teams. We are lucky to not have a Shadow Ball be used by Medicham, by the way. I was assuming that Claydol would actually lose that 1v1. This is a very nice start. Very nice miss as well. We're probably dead to that. We'd never miss. I mean, because what we can do is you can make Dragonite extremely likely with Lance. That'd be funny. Make the reroll attempt count on Dragonite to be like 500. Basically force it to be in slot 1. Yeah, we still have not swapped. So now it's going to be really hard. It's smart AI now. Any set in the factory is possible. And I'm going to be forced to take a load of idiots they're probably going to be weak to ground, fighting, and water, which are three very common coverage moves. Yeah, Charizard is definitely in there, so is Zero. And Gyarados. It's okay to lose. It's okay to lose. I don't want this to drag too much. Psychic, impossible to predict. So Alakazam free, very likely. I think it is actually below average. Okay, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. We get free choice, though, outside of Scizor and Claydol. Scizor and Claydol are both definitely Steven Pokemon. What is the third Pokemon here? And why is it Lantern? I don't care about the Earthquake weakness. Claydol will have to go in the back, because I will need a EQ switch in fairly often. I don't like putting Scizor in the front, but I guess I have to. I don't think I can lead Lantern, though, because then I'm forced to be swapping Steven Pokemons into slot 1, not knowing what they are. Yeah, Tyranitar might count. The Frontier Dragon Tamer class has a lot of non-dragon Pokemon that it considers to be dragons. I could maybe copy that. I don't have to take Lantern, I'm just sort of assuming that it probably is forced. Shiftry 1 is bad. Crobat 2 is occasionally good, mostly very reliant on Confuse Ray. The Venusaur 1 is not unthinkable here. Venusaur 1 is good into, obviously good into quite a lot of waters and grounds. It resists fighting. But it's weakened to fire, and I feel like that's a problem when I've got Scizor leading. I think it has to be Lantern. Yeah. There's a very good chance we lose in this round. There's a very good chance we lose in this match, actually. Claydol 1 is not a star at all. Okay. I think we kind of have to hope that it is a completely fine setup. We Quick Claw, it Earthquakes. I'm not sure if Kang 4 can do so little. I think it's probably Kang 3. And if it's Kang 3, I want to just Steel Wing. Why couldn't we Quick Claw on turn 2? Whatever. I'm like 90% sure that's Kang 3, but it probably doesn't even matter. It's fine, we will, I've decided that we're going to Quick Claw here. Okay. I think I just Thunder. I really think I just Thunder. Don't think there's a fancy way out of this. If I miss Thunder and it has Psychic and it gets the high roll, I lose. I don't want to confuse Ray because there's a good chance it's got Lum. Now that's probably GG. Honestly, my best chance here. I don't actually see it. I don't think it's ever going to choke this. Oh! The brief hope. The brief hope. Snatched away. That's what I was hoping for last. Oh, okay. That's hilarious. We know it's Alakazam free. It's impossible. I think we should always win. I don't want to swap though. It's fine, and the chance of dying here is super low. Obviously, it's going to attempt to disable fairly often. Oh my god. Stealing my bright powder. It might be correct to swagger. If it disables Earthquake, because Rock Slide will be a free shot. I guess I could swagger after. It's only slightly worse. Disable miss. Okay. What a wonderful game. Jesus. Okay, I'll be appropriating the Starmie. I'm pretty sure that was Kang. Kang free. It doesn't really matter which Starmie said it was. It was a crazy game, yeah. Gengar, okay. It's not actually a bad matchup for Scizor. Starmie 4. It's not Starmie 3. That would have been very funny if it was. What is the best plan of attack here? It's no Frey, so it's not Gengar 1. Gengar 2 unlikely, of course. And it's a bit less likely to be a Destiny Bonder. I think we do just them go off. I don't think it's worth. I don't think it's worth switching in case of Fire Punch, and I don't think it's worth Light Screen. Ooh, the Quick Claw. Potentially massive. We don't know if that was a Fire Puncher. This thing's a bit concerning. I think I have to go straight to Starmie. Because of the risk of set 4. Okay, that's fine. Match 28 was so funny. I mean, 29. Okay, we can actually take this. I am interested in scouting what it is, but at the same time I don't want to waste too much time. It hit first with Thunderbolt, which means I think it has to be Latias too, because we're faster than all of them. I'm slightly worried about this. Slightly worried about being paralyzed. I didn't include the Hoenn starters, no. It's an interesting point, though. Maybe I could. It's just rock types, steel types, and Claydol. Okay, slow and steady. Latias 2 is a lot slower than Starmie 4. Gyarados 2 is off the table. We've got no information about Gengar. I guess we know it wasn't Gengar 3, since that's also Quick Claw. I think it's no swap. The Gyarados might be decent, though. It's got interesting typing when combined with Steven, but I don't think I want to risk my streak on hitting Hydro Pumps from Gyarados. Okay. Well, slow and steady Lapras is very, very likely Lapras 1, of course, which is slow and steady on its own. There is some logic behind using Light Screen here. At the same time, it could be an Oko set, and I really don't want to do Light Screen against an Oko set. I'm leaning towards... It's going to be between Swords Dance and Silverwind. Steel Wing is more powerful, but 10% miss chance is scary. Yeah, I was thinking that also, Dave, because of Attraction thing. But it's fine, it'll be Lapras 1. I really want to use Swords Dance. Can I Silver Sword Steel? That would never kill Lapras 1, though, because of leftovers. Let's get the I just don't want to. I want to make sure I hit the Oko sets. It's weird because it's so much more likely to be 8, obviously. I would really love the damage against 7 though, because of rest. I think most of all I just don't want to miss. Nice, very nice. Okay. Well, we can't do anything about Quick Claw. Just gotta believe. I'll take it. Losing Scizor is not too bad, since Scizor is by far the worst member of the team. Flareon comes in. We do need slow and steady still. Is more likely to be Flareon too. We're not Starmie 3 though. The fear of it being Flareon 3 is stopping me from switching, I think. Could definitely go for Thunderbolt first. But again, I don't like giving Flareon 3 more time. It actually can't be Flareon 3 though, right? Because of high risk. And it's more likely to be Flareon 1 than Flareon 2, probably. I don't know what the... I've forgotten the gender of Lapras. I can't remember if it was possible for it to attract if it was Lapras 8. The Quick Claw Clash. Okay. So the last big one does have to be slow and steady. I don't want to switch into bite. Slow and steady Latios. So Thunderwave. Hmm. That's good. I think it's... Yeah, I was about to say I think it's 6 and not 5. Which is good because I think I should be able to safely two-shot with Rock Slide. I'd never miss. If I miss, I'd rather miss the first one. So I've got warning on Swagger being the correct move. Oh, nice crit. Okay. Huh. So with the hindsight, more likely to be 7 than 8 on Lapras. Anyway, we're not swapping. No type, high risk. Okay. I'm scared of Vaporeon 1 if I swap to Starmie, I feel. It's quite often punished quite badly, right? How do I feel about Light Screen and then Acid Armor? I feel like I'm really quite upset if that happens and it's Vaporeon 4. Because at least if I lead off with Silverwind, I can Swords Dance the following turn. It would be better to Light Screen against Vaporeon 1 and 2, but I don't know if it's them yet. Okay, I'm thinking it is probably Vaporeon 4 then. Okay. So we'll do it again. The very, very confident play. Fully believing in the AI never low rolling the chance of using Resses to Swords Dance again. How much better is +6 Scizor than +2? It's quite a lot better. We might also miss the kill, I guess, is the downside of this. Nice. No Quick Claw, if it was set free. I think just get the damage in, so we can kill. Don't overthink it. Okay. Unfortunately, we have to take this. This is the end of Starmie. And this is why this challenge is so difficult. Oh, I'm stuck with Steelix too. I've never wanted to misclick so badly as I do want to right now on the swap choice. No type, high risk. This is a super, super painful swap. There are a lot of water types that would instantly kill me. In fact, I might want to try and keep Scizor alive now. Okay, Credilli is actually quite an interesting potential pickup. Again, I could be super greedy here. Could also potentially light screen. It's going to start spamming Psych up after +4. I don't want to get hit again. We're not fast. We get hit by moves. Important to be alive to be able to use moves. That's a interesting swap in. I should be getting Swarm almost every time, right? Does any of these not give Swarm? No, they've all got attack investment. Don't crit me. Easy. Okay. Well, I'll take it. God, Credilli 2 is bad. No help from the hint either. Credilli 2 is bad. But it's not weak to the move Surf. God, this is difficult. This is really difficult. I guess Swagger is a better emergency move. Steelix 2 just uses Earthquake, and if it can't Earthquake, you kind of lose. Okay, let's take it. Besides, Credilli is more Steven than Steelix anyway. Well, at least you're first. Now, it's not a high-risk trainer, which does make Dugong 1 and 4 more likely, which is not a good thing. I'm wondering if I Steel Wing here. I just really don't want to miss Dugong 4 with Steel Wing. Okay, it's 1. Probably 1 boost and Steel Wing. The alternative would be 2 boosts. I'm slower after 1 Icy. Let's do 2. Nice Quick Claw. So the Quick Claw forces it to Icy again. That's interesting. It's quite likely to hit me with Ice Beam, obviously, now. Yeah. Maybe should have gone with... I mean, if I'd known that I'd get a Quick Claw there, I probably actually would have gone Steel Wing on that turn. Nidoking. Again, it's not high risk, which does reduce the chance of Fire Blast coming in. Nidoking 2 is adamant, but 4 isn't. I'm wondering if I go Steel Wing here or not. Steel Wing is better if I want to go for the Quick Claw line. Probably the best idea is to assume it's 4. And against 4, I'm not in too much trouble because of Claydol anyway. I don't want to put Claydol in on a Fire Blast. It's possible the final one is water. Possible, but unlikely. I could go Claydol. I could. Very awkward at being about half health with special defenses, or there are a good number of moves I do live. I'll switch. I'll switch. Okay, it was actually free. Let's not talk about that. Okay. I'm glad Scizor is alive. It is Leperberry, yeah. Castform Shiny Manip. I've never attempted that. I'd love to Swagger here, but I do not want to give Physical Latios the boost. Because I think at +2, Latios 7 probably does one-shot Scizor, which would be a really stupid mistake. Is actually physical, okay. We're probably always going Scizor first. Probably always going Scizor first. Don't choke it. Very nice. That crit might have mattered as well. That Silverwind crit. Okay, we can't swap because none of those are Steven Pokemon. Umbreon. That's a bit of a sitting duck. We'll see what it is first, before I decide on how greedy I want to be. Feint Attack. You see, it's unlikely to be 4. It's way more likely to be 1. I don't want to get confused, Raid. I think we just go with this. Thanks, Twin Fox. Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Nice. Huh. Okay. Several ideas here. Something's dying. I mean, if it's Typhlosion 2 or 3, I could just go Claydol and kill it, but I'm gonna go with the worst case scenario of 1 or 4. I'm wondering if I sack Credilli. Credilli has Citrus. I wonder how often that saves me from Typhlosion 1. I'm going to sack Credilli. It is Typhlosion 1. Min. Okay, that's not going to help. That's not going to be a useful Citrus. Go for the miss. Might as well Ancient Power. Since Earthquake won't kill anyway. No miss. Okay, now we get really trolled by Smokescreen and lose. That's perfect. Don't Focus Band. Sunny Day, Blaze, Fire Blast will definitely kill Claydol. Whiscash last, but it's Sunny, which is excellent. Perfect. We're so close again. So close. We're nowhere close to 15 swaps, but yeah. $19,905. That sounds ultra annoying. I don't think many people have ever hunted Castform shiny. What are we gonna get? Oh, I hate you so much. I hate how Shuckle is promoted in the Steven challenge. Okay, we've got Rhydon, which is, you know what? In the land of Steven, not unusable. We've got a T-Tar. That's what I was hoping for last round, but we have got it this round. Oh, we got two T-Tars. That's... I've just realised that I've made the, because of item clause being so much more likely with the shared typings, I've made myself much more likely to get screwed over by species clause in the draft. So I can't take both Tyrantars, I've got to pick one. And we're probably picking 8. We might as well lead T-Tar, given we are basically forced into a sand team. We can't take Ramble. I guess Shuckle Free is better in Sandstorm than it is outside of it. If I go T-Tar 8 and Shuckle Free, I'm very weak to steel types. Very weak. Yeah, it's Rock Steel are more likely to appear in the draft, and then Claydol is also a Steven one. We've decided. I could go the opposite direction and go with the more offensive Tyranitar 2, but I think we go 8. I hate this. I'm wondering if I actually take Fortress over Shuckle. Slightly... I don't think I can do it. Hopefully we can get rid of Shuckle. That's, I think, my best chance of reaching Noland. I don't know how I feel about Fortress. Feels dangerous to bring. I'm gonna go with the setup T-Tar. Might just give up, fair enough. Ooh, I forgot I unplugged my laptops earlier today. One second, I just need to check if that's unsaved work. Yeah, I'm fine. Okay. Be kind to me, Factory. Be kind to me. I've got a bad team right here. Exploud. Yeah, Shuckle not having HP investment is part of why Shuckle is so bad in the Factory. Right, talking of Shuckle, this is a Shuckle opportunity. Don't get frozen as soon as I say that. Let's lead off with Attract. The Shuckle Sweep, holy, please. Who doubted Shuckle Free? What clown? Okay, that is admittedly quite annoying for Shuckle. Okay. So much for it dying to sand. I'm just gonna waste Attract PP. Okay, it's full. What's the plan for Venusaur 4? I don't want to get hit by an Earthquake on Tyranitar. It might be Shuckle's job to just stall it out of all of its PP. I'd like to have a Toxic for the final Pokemon potentially, but I'm not going to get hung up over it. It's a good question, Dave. I didn't check. Yes, it is. And Venusaur 1 is not. Only Venusaur 4 is. We can get hit by EQ once on T-Tar without risking the crit line. I might fail the sub. It crits. Okay, good. It's weird how Attract actually works against you, isn't it? I think Solar Beam checking AI might break it again. Is it rebroken? How do I get a setup guaranteed? I haven't been poisoned. I love being indecision, not making my mind up fast enough. I'm not unhappy about that. I definitely could have played that much better, but it's fine, because no one was watching. I would love to take that Zapdos. That would be amazing. As a fighting and ground switching, but I can't. Okay. I think I'm actually staying in for one turn. I think I'm going to T-Wave as I do it. That's fine. Don't crit. That's fine. So with Confusion and Sand stacking, it actually does die reasonably fast. I probably can go Shuckle. I could also attempt to set up with T-Tar. If I do that, I think I want to at least wait until it's out of its Persim. I think Attract is fine. We don't need the self-hit damage, even with nerfed Moonlight. It's not likely to complete the Petal Dance anyway with the evasion boost. Water types don't exist is basically the name of this entire challenge. We're getting Brinkman shipped by the AI on Moonlight. It's fine. I don't need the double team PP after this, really. Don't miss. Okay. I'm happy to use up all my substitute PP covering for being hit every turn. Wow. Dugtrio's locked in. We can't take Quagsire, it's not a Steven Pokemon. The only ground type that I'm accepting as Steven is Claydol, because Steven actually uses Claydol. I'm almost certain it's going to be immunity. I'm just going to make sure. Miss? No. Miss? No. It's actually Thickfur, okay. Can't swap for any of those Pokemon, unfortunately. Flying is actually a bit of a problem, isn't it? It's fine. I'd never miss Rock Slide. This entire video is just going to be Shuckle clowning on me for doubting it. What's the biggest problem here? Steel Wing? I don't care about Steel Wing. Relicanth isn't in level 100. Okay, it is Steel Wing. And it crit me. This is very annoying because I'm going to be severely damaged because I have to do rest a turn earlier. I'm actually going to... I'm not going to play around double crit, actually. I'm going to go double dance. I'm going to go double dance into rest. I refuse to play around double crit. Yeah, Omastar and Relicanth would have been nice pickups if they were available. I'd rather be healthy than fully set up. At the same time, it might be worth it to keep going. Credilli does exist, yeah. Okay. I want to stay in so desperately. I'm a bit worried about counter. I'm going to stay in. Screw it. Just don't use counter. And don't crit. And don't miss. Don't miss, Titar. Don't miss. Nice. It's a bulky one. It's 2. I want to respect Curse. At the same time, I want to also not swap. We'll see if it goes for Yawn or not, I think. I'll have to stay in because of that. Perhaps I should have T-waved that actually. Because I don't think Articuno 1 ever gets through Shuckle. And once I waste its Lumberry, I obviously don't have to be as worried about Toxic failing. Fire. I'm a bit worried about some of the Sunny Day sets. Latias is a fire type because it's red. I think it's too risky to do anything except stay in. I could maybe go Shuckle, but going Shuckle on Latias 1, 2, or 3 is a bit dodgy, right? 2 and 3 will Earthquake. I really want to go Shuckle because I know it's fires in the back. I really, really want to go Shuckle. Okay. It's not 7. It could be 8. But I've got to play as if it's 2 or 3, I think. It's 2. Eight is 170s, right? It's triple invested because of speed. Maybe it's 8. That does too much damage. It's definitely 2, I think. Substitute is a better move if I get a miss. But obviously if I don't get a miss, I'd rather double team again. Alternatively, I just go T-Tar. And then go back to Shuckle on the Earthquake. Or I can stay in. With fires in the back, I kind of want to have the ability to switch into T-Tar to remove Sunny Day. On the other hand, if I do get 2 Dragon Dances up, that is probably GG. I think it's probably better to have Shuckle in, though. Okay, no miss. No miss at all. Still going to be slower than most fires. I'm kind of annoyed that Shuckle didn't get a single dodge, but it's fine. It's fine. Right, we obviously dance again. And we pray that nothing dumb happens as we do that. Don't want a T-Wave because of Charizard free already being a bit annoying with potential crit brick break, right? Okay, don't miss. Don't miss. Okay. It's leftovers, okay. I don't think I can lose to Rapidash 2. Once again, cannot swap, so there's not much point really thinking about this. Grass, slow and steady. Oh, it would be glorious to swap, wouldn't it? It would be so wonderful. And we can't do it. How index run? You mean you can only pick factory Pokemon that are from the Ho Index? Turning down Lati 2. A bit upsetting. But it's a fire type because it's red, so we can't take it. Okay. Obviously likely to be a powder, including Stun Spore. This is a speed tie, isn't it? I'm faster than 1, but the rest are speed ties. Just go Shuckle, I guess. Like, I don't really care. The worst thing that could happen to Shuckle would be poison, and it's not going to use Sludge Bomb for a while, even if it is 2, 3, or 4. Okay. That always was likely with So and Steady. So we want to wait out the Giga Drains, definitely. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I think we now set up T-Tar and win. The annoying part is the attract, actually, isn't it? Victory Bell attracting T-Tar. Do I really want to wait out the sleep powder PP though? I sometimes need the PP on Shuckle. It is guaranteed to spam it. We can waste a few toxics as well. It wouldn't be terrible to waste all of Sludge Bomb as well, I guess. It's always like this with PP stalling. Okay. I do want to T-Wave it, since it does have a small chance of being able to kill me. Instantly. I'll have to rest then. I could fail every time. God, I love this game. I lost count of Sludge Bomb a while back. I love how I got the instant. It's not just that, I switched into a poison as well. The first two Sludge Bombs both poisoned me, and then I got attracted on 2 consecutive turns. At least I went for the Thunder Wave. Apparently it's a very attractive Victory Bell. Very, very attractive Victory Bell. There is another grass. We know that. At least one other grass. I could try Monotype Factory, yeah. Shall I remove the PB text? It's sort of in the way. I don't think I'll be doing loads of factory weird things. I'm only doing this because I was going to do Steven for the rest of the frontier. And it felt a bit lame to leave the factory out. I think if I was going to play loads of factory, I'd want to go for the doubles record again. Why am I thinking about this? There's something I can swap to. It's gonna. But Latias has shown up a lot recently. Again, I feel like it's always Shuckle. I don't think there's an agreed upon best Palace team. I think fans slacking into Latios Suicune is probably best. And I think it probably is just a regular Surf Ice Beam Suicune. It's not that it's unexplored, it's just that it's underplayed. Let me catch up. So, we got Earthquaked, that's fine. I hope I can get a dodge this time around. Okay, it is actually set to once again. Possibly 8, but most likely 2. Should we just switch it back into T-Tar again? I'm thinking I want to do that more. I don't love staying in on this turn. I think we switch back to Shuckle, go T-Tar again, and then dance. I feel like that's best. Of course, the very best thing to do would be to get misses after double team, but since that already failed to happen, let's just go this way around. Don't crit me. That's super annoying. We're slower than Breloom 1. We're faster than the rest. I think we have to stay in because swapping into a Focus Punch is unacceptable. If it is Breloom 1, that's maybe the end of the streak. We might need to get saved by a counter against Shuckle. Okay, it is Focus Punching, don't miss. Oh my god, dude! There's no real choice. I've got to go Rhydon. Yeah, it is too. I guess that's a bit scary because the Focus Punch from Breloom 2 is a lot weaker than from 3 and 4. And therefore, Breloom 2 might not actually go for Focus Punch at all. Which would be horrendous for my chances of winning. Okay, nice. Right, what am I talking about? 2 is Bright Powder. It's 3 that's leftovers. This is completely safe. In my head, it was Bright Powder because I missed the Rock Slide. Okay. Surely nothing would go wrong here. Surely nothing would go wrong here. Surely nothing would go wrong here. Okay. We should have gone the body slam interaction with minimize actually there. Missed chance to have the minimize interaction, whatever. We can't swap for any of those. So there's no thinking to do. We have to keep our current team. Let me manually update to 41. Bum, 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 bum. I'm so likely to lose this. I think what I'm going to have to do against Noland, the earlier matches this round, I was trying to play in a sort of generalized way of trying to be safe. I think against Noland, we're going to have to go all in on Tyranitar sweeping. I think the chance of winning without a Tyranitar sweep is absolutely tiny. Because Noland is going to embarrass Shuckle. And Rhydon has so many bad matchups. We have to have a T-Tar sweep, I think. Actually, so we put on the Nolan music. Why not? Please, please. I mean, this is one of the worst teams I've ever had on round 6. I think this might be the worst team I've ever gone to Nolan 2 with. It's a good start. I mean, this is a real test of what I just said, right? Do I actually want to try and set up against Raikou? Or do I want to go Rhydon? It's not a free setup at all, is the issue. It's a potential setup, but it's not free. Hi, let's go Rhydon. I think it's too stupid to not go Rhydon here. Okay, just T-bolted. It's unlikely to be a Calm Mind set. Calm Mind sets wanted to Calm Mind. It can't be the Thunder set, obviously. Most likely, it's 3, 4, or 5. Do we maybe Brick Break in case of Reflect? I don't think so. I do not want to mess around with this, particularly if it's Raikou 4 with Bite. If it reflects, I'm going to go Shuckle. Could Shuckle switch into 9 bites? I don't know. The issue is I think Raikou 4 and 5, they die too quickly because of the sandstorm. If it wasn't sandstorming, I'd try and PP stall them and then set up Tyranitar. Okay. It's pretty weird that it didn't Calm Mind on turn 1, but it's fine. It's got no way of touching Rhydon. The problem is it's incredibly likely to Calm Mind. I don't think I can set up Tyranitar or Shuckle here. What I can do is switch to them on the final turn to have them in against the next Pokemon. But I think it's good to have Tyranitar in the back to reset the weather, and I think it's also good to not have Shuckle in case something switches in that has a setup move. It's a good start. can't swap stall T-Bolt in sand, no. T-Bolt has 15 PP. Sand is acting against me there, definitely. I think we want to go Shuckle every time. Unless I really believe in Living Band. Shuckle, 3 turns of sand. EQ will be a damage range, won't it? I don't want to. No, I don't want to stay in with. Mega Kick from set 1 does do a lot to Shuckle. I guess we're risking being frozen by Gramble 2 as well. I'm super unsure about the range. I'm not sure if you're being sarcastic. I had a horrendous loss in doubles at 150. Super unlucky, but it is what it is. You eventually get very unlucky. I don't know about staying in. I'm just very aware that it's quite likely to be Gramble 2 because of super effective AI, and if it is Gramble 2, I definitely want to get out of here. I don't think I really want to give Gramble 3 and 4 a chance to crit either. Okay. I think I try and set up Shuckle instead of T-Tar. I'm so concerned about T-Tar being hacked out of the game. I think I've got to set up T-Tar though. The ghost of T-Bolt, paralyze, paralyze, paralyze. If it does paralyze me, it increases the chance it uses Facade though, which is funny. Oops, I forgot. We're not doing fast forward. It might seem like it's not doing much damage, and it isn't, but crit and paralyze together into a fully paralyzed rest fail is quite serious. As long as I've got Lum, I'm not too concerned. I'm also happy to go at +3. At +3, I outspeed the majority of the factory. We'll still live a crit. Okay, now we get paralyzed. At least we don't have to worry about Ice Punch. It's always going to run out of HP before it runs out of T-Bolts. At +4, we are truly fast and everything. What I want to be aware of is the number of Pokemon where I might want a T-Wave instead of Rock Slide, though. I'm not messing around with that. It's funny how it looks up your status instead of its own for Facade. I think I will attack when I wake up. That way I'm not paralyzed. I'm not letting it get too low on HP from Sandstorm. I'm still high in HP. So I have the option of Thunder Waving being a bit safer. The scariest thing here probably would be a Backmon with Quick Claw and a fighting move. Something like Quick Claw Hariyama. I suppose also on that list, most ground types with Quick Claw. Okay. You could make a case for Thunder Waving, maybe. Honestly, I think if I failed to kill this with T-Tar, I'd much rather Toxic, though. I need to Quick Claw this. It's ironic because this is actually one of the Pokemon that could punish me going to +4 instead of +6. Hopefully it's Milo 4. It is Milo 4. Nice. Milo 3 is bold. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Right, now we've definitely got to do more. Now we definitely run it into the ground. See how fast Steven can get. I don't have anything ready for the other facilities. I've been completely out of action this whole week. Because of the heat wave. It's one of the lowest swap counts I've ever had. Okay, we can go turn off the music. And restore the speed. Can Champion Steven beat the factory world record while playing on a modified version of the game so it doesn't count? We could actually do Steven doubles. Just think doubles is too boring at the beginning. We're still Stevening, so it is still very likely to be Rock and Steel. Right, because it's not a real run, and I don't really care, I think we will just jam T-Tar, Metagross, Golem. I think it was a good mix. The mod was a good mix of not making it always Steven Mons, but also making it fairly likely. Because if I had free choice, if it was always if it was always 6 Steven Mons in the draft, then I would always just be choosing Metagross and Aero and stuff, and it would be a little bit boring. Let's just run this into the ground. It's a T-Bot set. Big heal. Dougie. Hopefully it is Arena Trap. I would rather Golem get hit. And Golem has Sturdy anyway. Okay. How often am I dead here? D-Knight 1 and 2 are going to kill me. The surf sets are probably not. It's a huge Quick Claw from me. Absolutely massive Quick Claw. Oh, it's a no bulk set though. We were always going to kill with Rock Slide then. That's a Shell Bell. It's got a chance to crit me with Surf or whatever. Why am I faster? Oh, I Rock Tombed. Yeah. Short-term memory loss. That's a problem. That's a very big problem. There was nothing we could do about this, but it's a very big problem. Best case scenario, it's Marowak 1, because it has no speed. And against Marowak 1, we probably do need damage from Crunch. Okay. So, we only win if we get a crit or freeze. It's literally the only chance I have. This is exactly what I was really worried about happening in round 5 or 6. No, it's over. Okay. I don't think there's any chance it throws here. I don't think, even if it's Marowak 2, I don't think it can Icy Wind. We could have Quick Clawed, but that's it, yeah. It crits me just in case. Wow, we got a we got one battle further. I don't know how to look at that for the. It doesn't say in Gen 3 if. It doesn't say. It's fine. It's a flying type victory. The Marowak solo of us was very funny. I mean, we were always very likely to lose to like a Starmie or a Marowak or whatever. There's just so many things that could have ended us at any point. Which is why I was pleased to get the 42. We'll play more Steven shortly. We'll have to do the other facilities with Steven. But I'm glad that Factory's out of the way, because Factory was the one that probably could have taken the longest. For obvious reasons. Was that the first attempt of today as well? It was, wasn't it? That's nice. I'm not so worried about Palace because we've got the power of speed up. We've got speed up for Palace, Arena, and Pike. Dome is easy. Tower's going to be hard, but yeah. Well, at least in Tower I have my own team. Not my own team. I have Steven's own team, which is the entire reason why it's hard, of course. I don't know. It's an excuse to play Palace, I guess. I mean, it's an excuse to play Palace and Pyramid. Actually, not sure how many changes I'll have to make. I'll explain the rules of that when it comes up. Cool, thanks for watching, guys. It was a good stream. We did it. We don't have to do this again. The one and done mod.